I hear that. Some news coming out of Spain this afternoon that Nico Williams is aware. So we know that Plattenberg and many have put this out, that Barcelona currently have the best chance in the race for Nico Williams. That's the truth. Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern Munich also interested in him. However, reports in Spain have said that Williams is aware that Luis Diaz is still the priority. He's just more expensive than Nico Williams, and he's prepared to take a wage cut to join Barcelona. It's also reported that Arsenal, meanwhile, this is what the quote is here, that they are bidding hard for the player and offering a 9 million euro net annual salary. So you're talking somewhere in the region of around 13 to 14 million pounds a year gross level of income for the player, which neither Barca or Bilbao can match. So it is reported that Arsenal are making a big play financially to sign the player, who is probably on and off now. I know there's the Rodrigo links, but on and off for the past, I'd say, 12 months has been the number one target for Arsenal on the left-hand side. Is he worth that level of investment, in your opinion? So 9 million net is around 7 million net a year. So you're probably looking, as I say, you're probably looking at around 12 to 13 million pounds a year in gross, which means they've offered him a deal of around, they reckon, around £250,000 a week, which is more than the other clubs have currently offered him. Is he worth that investment from Arsenal? Is it right for them to put in this big bid?
I quite like him. I think that his numbers have never really been that of an elite winger yet. But whenever I've watched him play for Spain, he's always looked really good, really dynamic, really threatening. And what you've got on the right hand side with Saka, who is, you know, he's got the quality of pass, he's got the delivery, he's got the quality of finishing. Not saying Nico Williams doesn't have that, but it's nice to have the dynamic on the other side of someone who's pure pace and pure dribbling quality and can beat his man constantly. And, you know, if they were adding, you know, if they've got Calafiori behind them, or they've got, you know, I think the link with Gerald Hatto and stuff, and they've got Rice crashing into the box up from the left-hand side and stuff, it makes sense for your left-hand side winger to be, you know, they don't need to be this fantastic creator who can pick out a pass in the way Saka can do. They need to be a bit of a specialist at beating the man and getting the ball to, you know, the players arriving late. So I quite like him for that. I do think 250k a week is a bit expensive, but it's also, that's going to be the problem buying from Bilbao, because they can only have a set group of players. They can afford to give these set group of players very high wages in an attempt to keep them. And Williams isn't going to take a pay cut to leave Bilbao. So it depends what way you want to look at it. I mean, Jesus is on 250 grand a week, and I think he's better than Jesus. So if they want to look at it in that way, it's not a bad little deal. So I think it would be a pretty decent pickup for Arsenal. I really do. I think he's the kind of left wing that they need to partner with Saka on the right.
It's like 250k a week. Like nowadays, I mean, it's like a mid to high end level Premier League player. And as you just said, if Jesus is already on that, I mean, I think he'll do well. But I do think if they're going to have two creative wingers, they need a Gyökeres in the box. I don't think you get Nico Williams and have Sesko. I don't think that's the most complete front line they're going to have. But if they can offer more wages than Barcelona, I know Barca have obviously got Lamine Yamal there, who's obviously one of his close friends, and Rafinha's been doing up these Instagram stories as well. So obviously Plettenberg said that there's an offer on the table from Barca, but Arsenal have to make a statement. I mean, you boys are about to announce Florian Wirtz probably in the next week or so. You've also got pretty much Kirkes done. You've got Frimpong done. City have replaced that midfield and brought in Cherki and a decent left back now, so they can put Vardiel back at left-sided centre-back. They've got to go out and make a statement, because at the moment, City are the biggest threat to your title going into next season. Now that midfield is, you know, pretty much ready to go for next season. If they don't bring in a Gyökeres alongside a Rodrigo and Williams, I don't think they're as strong right now as you or City. They have to make that statement. And like, what's he got? A 55 million euro release clause? I mean, this is, what's that? 47, 48 million pounds in today's market. I mean, that's less than we pay for Dominic Solanke. Yeah, he's going to have high wages, but the actual transfer fee isn't even that bad. which then leaves you more money left over for a Gyökeres or a Sesko. Because if they do go and get Rodrigo, it's probably going to be 70, 80 million pounds, 100 million euro deal. So, well, whoever it is they're going to bring in, they've got to pull their finger out and get something rolling soon. Because I know they've got all these talks with Sesko, but Gyökeres isn't like it's changing a lot. So, but yeah, Williams, I think he's a fantastic player.
Yeah, for Arsenal's win now, we must do it next season. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be an absolute flop. They need to seriously sort themselves out. Just because, again, it's meant to be their year next year. It was meant to be their year the past 2 years. So this is really this has to be it. It really does.
What makes it look like a flop for you?
It's just that I don't feel like they're really... who they are trying to sign doesn't match their ambition of what they're trying to do, in my opinion. Because to me...
So if they got Williams and Gyökeres, is that not...
So if they got Williams and Gyökeres, then that is what they should be doing. However, the way they're going about it is not a serious manner. Again, to me, they shouldn't be signing Sesko. Not because he's a bad player, but because he needs time to develop and they don't have development time. They've got to win tomorrow. So in your win tomorrow season, you want to do everything as early as possible, get them in the training facility, get them learning everything so that on day one of the season, you are ready to go. You don't have to be at 100%, but at a good 90%, 85%, you should be going for it. But and right now, I don't feel like Arsenal are going for it.
My pushback with that, Dave, is again, like we said this before. I think multiple people said this on the Top 6 show. The left winger market is just so dry. Like all the players, they're not of the quality. The only people that you can say that's of the quality are unattainable. Your likes are probably Rafinha, Mbappe, Vinny. Those kind of players are just unattainable. The next level down is probably the likes of Williams and people like that.
Yeah,
these are the players that are available that are of the quality that could go up another level. And I think under a team like Arsenal, under a manager who Arsenal fans rave about so much, he can develop and go that next level further into being a top player. And
I'm not saying Nico Williams is bad. What I'm saying is that the way that they are going about their business doesn't, to me, look like they are going to try and win the league next year. To me, it looks like they're doing, we'll do it the year after again. And how many year afters do you have left before?
If you're a Liverpool fan right now,
years.
If you're a Liverpool fan right now and you're about to sign Wirtz and you're about to get Kirkes and you got Frimpong through the door and you're looking at a striker, you got to be thinking, surely it's another title coming. Like
I'm more worried about City than Arsenal at the minute.
And the DM, don't forget that.
I'm more worried about City than Arsenal. The thing that gets Nico Williams is good, and like I said, I think he's a good player. But if I'm looking at that Arsenal squad, I'm not sitting there going, "God, they need a left winger." I'm sitting there going, "God, they need a finisher." And to me, that's the one thing they're not. Again,
but they are working on it. They're working on two at the same time.
I don't want to go down the. I don't want to go down the Sesko rabbit hole again. He's not a finisher. So again, it just feels like Arsenal are delegating the problem again. It's going to be a case where it's Arsenal sit there at the end of the season going, if only we had someone who could put it in the back of the net more often.
If it was Nico Williams, Sesko?
Sesko. I don't think Sesko was a very good finisher at all.
No, but if it was Gyökeres instead of Sesko.
If it's Gyökeres, it's a different argument. This is someone who bet his chances. This is someone who knows where to...
So if they brought in Gyökeres and Williams...
If they brought in Gyökeres and Williams, I'm a lot more scared. If they bring in Sesko and Williams, I'm nowhere near as scared. If they bring in just Sesko, I'm relaxed. I'm chilled. I'm enjoying life. I just think with Martinelli and Trossard, are they the upper echelon? No, they're not. And I'm not saying that Arsenal can't upgrade on them, but I think that it's not the problem area that Arsenal should be targeting right now. In terms of they need to go out and spend the big money and the big wages on a big number 9, not another left winger, because there's no point in having all these creators, because all I've heard all season is creators, and then we don't have anyone to finish. So what I don't see the point of is getting even more creators even more of them, and then funneling them to a guy who can't finish very well. You need to address the problem and then go add more support pieces around them.
And
I
this is
still
my-
think
this
they
is
need
my-
a little bit more than just a striker and a left wing. I still think they need. I
Do
still
you think
think
they need another creative mid?
I mean, Odegaard is more than enough. I think Wanyeri, you'll see a lot more Wanyeri next season, the season coming up. I don't think they need any more mid. I don't think maybe another midfield and a defender, utility defender that can play multiple positions will be enough for them.
See, I think you need another centre back as well. I think
Oh,
you've got
yeah.
not
But just